No amount of money can buy security. Drake got a BBL, apparently. Anyways, let's get into the video.
Drake mercilessly roasted for fake six-pack abs, arms, and chest sold separately.
Exactly.
How is that a flex?
Drake, say it ain't so, baby. You're not over here etching, sketching the abs, are you? Listen, you can do whatever you want with your money, all right? You've accumulated a lot of value, a lot of success within your life. But there's certain actions that it's just hard for me to try to defend, man. I've been in... That was like 2007. I was like 19 or something like that back then. Nevertheless, been an active fan, you know what I mean? And Drake has suffered some considerable L's over the past, a year and a half, 2 years or something like that. The fall from grace after the Drake beef. He's made some odd mistakes after that. It seems like prior to that in his career, he's turned so many potential L's into absolute W's, and his movement after
It's tough to respect this.
the Kendrick stuff just seems to be a little bit odd. One of the things that came of that beef was BBL Drizzy. And to think that he's now posting photos with potentially fake abs is just indefensible. But I wanted to be able to talk about this, especially as we think about body dysmorphia, as we think about, masculinity within modern times today. What is outside of the boundaries? What is going too far? So we're going to take a look at one of my favorite fitness YouTubers, Coach Greg Doucette. I've been watching this brother.
He's turned into a reaction channel, honestly. He's turned into a reaction fitness channel. But yeah, I'm interested to see what he's going to say about the body dysmorphic issues, not only in the fitness industry, but overall. I'm really intrigued so far. So let's get into it. We will actually learn something today.
Brother's channel for years now, and he's an expert in bodybuilding. He's an expert in body dysmorphia. He's an expert in male supplementation, vitamins. He has his own supplements. He's just an expert in every selfie content.
On his BBL tummy tuck mommy makeover, and now you can see my abdominals.
A BBL.
We're all morons. He thinks that we're idiots. He shows a photo of himself with the glaring six-pack. He looks like an old He-Man or perhaps a G.I. Joe figurine. And get this, I'm going to read what he says. I'm wide awake for the nights that separate the type of guy to get it till they get it right from the type who just type.
Wow.
It was a joke.
And so basically, is bro just trying to brag? Is this a flex? He's flexing his abs saying, hey, I put in the work. I'm not the type of guy that just types about shit. I go and get it done. And so if by getting it done, he's referring to surgeries where you suck out the fat between the abdominals, essentially a BBL for your abs, then yeah, you're the type who gets it done.
The most craziest thing about this entire photo right here, even outside of the abs, is that it appears to be liquor bottles down there. So while saying that you do more.
Yeah, legit. He's making the point there. Goodness. There's a bigger issue going on, man. I don't want people to look at these guys on the internet, look at me, look at anyone for that matter, and just think that they have everything figured out because they have money or because they have clout, whatever you want to call it. Certain things money cannot buy. Security within yourself, peace, it cannot buy that. And for you to resort to this, it's something deeper going on, something deeper.
More than average in order to achieve whatever it is that you're achieving, while also showing the ab picture, while also showing liquor bottles. Like, you could still drink and achieve a physique like this. It's absolutely diabolical and damn near indefensible. Now, there's some people out there that's going to be saying, well, what if he did put in the work to get this naturally? There's some key evidence here that Coach Greg is going to go over, but if you take a look at everything else on his body, which is...
For somebody that's accused all the time of taking stuff, I'm accused all day long, every day. I know what work it takes, and I know what things I will not do. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any of that stuff. There's a certain discipline this requires, and for me to see that, I'm angry. I'm deep down angry, but I'm empathetic because he's going through it up here. For him to think that he needs surgery, but at the same time, it makes me mad seeing that people cheating and trying to flex while cheating. it makes me deep down angry because I know what work it takes, and while doing the work honestly, you're accused all day long of being dishonest or a scammer. It happens every day, and I see this, and some people are praising it. Makes me angry.
Which is normal looking, and then compare it to abs like this, his whole body would be a lot more etched, but it's not. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
A BBL for your abs, then yeah, you're the type who gets it done. But if you're trying to make it look like you put in the work, that you dieted, that you trained, you did your cardio, you did your crunches, we don't believe you. And so you're thinking, well, where's the proof? Okay, well, let's examine the abs.
When you go to the gym, your whole body goes to the gym, dude, not just your abs.
So if you only look at it as a...
Yeah, there's no such thing as spot fat loss. You cannot lose fat. You cannot pick a certain spot on your body to lose fat. You lose fat as a whole. Certain parts of your body come last. For a lot of guys, it's going to be in the face, in the thighs, in the abdominal area. You lose fat as a whole. You cannot spot fat loss. That's what that guy was trying to say. Your whole body goes to the gym, not just your abs. You lose fat as a whole. For me, a whole lot of fat in my face. The beard kind of helps cover it, which is why I have a beard. But yeah, that's how fat loss works.
Abdominals, the six-pack, you're thinking, well, that actually looks kind of legit. It seems possible. The problem is, when you have abs that defined, the rest of your body also has some kind of definition. Drake, who for the most part appears to have 20 to 25% body fat, would not be possible, well, perhaps 1 in a million, that he would have abdominals looking like that, but would not have striations in the delts, perhaps a bicep vein, some chest striations. Very unlikely that he did it while being natural. But let's really hone in on his obliques. Does anyone notice that there's a hole on the side of his obliques? Why is there a hole? Your obliques are right here to the side. Why is there something missing?
You wanted to do that to flex in the video. I see what you're trying to do there. I see what you're trying to do. But to what he's saying, it doesn't add up. How you can be this defined and the rest of his body is holding a lot more body fat. This ass area looks like it's between, let's say, 7 to 12%, and the rest of the body is between 12 to 15%. It doesn't make sense. You don't lose fat like that. You know what I'm saying? You just don't.
A gap. Kind of like you have a gap in your teeth and there's a hole. It's like, why is there no white right there? Why is there a glaring hole? And so if you look at the old G.I. Joe figurines, He-Man, and so on, it kind of looks like that. So let's see a photo of Drake in the past. Now, look at his abdominals.
So this one here looks natural. This one here looks normal.
You don't suddenly target the fat loss from your abs. He has not lost a significant amount of body fat from that period of time until now. And so why is he so much leaner in the abdominals, but not as lean everywhere else? I mean, does he not look like a Hulk Hogan figurine? I mean, look at this guy. It's just simply too fake. We have Rick Ross calling out saying, bro, is this the second time you're going through this operation? You had fake abs last year. And so the only person that seems to be defending him is Nick Trilogy from Bodybuilding and BS. He's saying, hey, he's proud of his abs and I don't care where he got them. He should be showing them off.
He looks awesome.
But here's the thing. The reason we respect abs as men is because we know how hard it is to get them. We know the amount of work that you put in. It's one thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And the results will have you receiving accusations. Yeah. Yeah.
To use Ozempic or a GLP, retatrutide, and so on. And it's another thing to simply suck out the fat. If you're taking a peptide to make you reduce your appetite, you're still perhaps putting in the work, you're doing your cardio, you're lifting weights, and so on. And the entirety of your physique, it's going to look better. To me, using a GLP like Ozempic and so on.
That's the key one. The what do you say? The entirety of your physique. The lose fat as a whole. There's no way you're going to pick a spot in your body and lose fat there. If that were possible, I'll probably get it to around my chin area to lose fat there. I'll definitely do that. It's not possible. No matter how lean I've gotten, it's always been an issue with my face. Right? I'm not a square jaw type. My face is more round. Just how my genetics are. So even if I've gotten down to never gotten below 7. I wouldn't even say below 8. Between 8 to 10, still. Veins everywhere, but the face is still round. So the fat burning thing in specific spots, it doesn't exist. It doesn't.
It's not much different than someone who decides to use steroids, SARMs, peptides, IGF, MK, all of that stuff. You're using something foreign to the body to help you to reach your goals. And so whether you decide to do that or not, well, if it's legal, it's on you. But you're not going to get the same level of respect from other men if they know you got your physique through cosmetic enhancements.
Right.
Even Phil Heath said, look, I'll train you. This is not how you do it. If you just get surgery to improve your abdominals, but you don't improve the rest of your body, it doesn't look good.
This reminds me, if you guys ever see the IG videos of the dudes who inject and just and have the act so normalized about just
the bubs and everything else looks like garbage. Well, it doesn't look all that good. How is this any different than the females who are getting the BBLs? The world has been calling out Drake saying, this looks bad. This is embarrassing. You don't have the self-awareness.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. And ladies too, stop doing the surgery. You look, your real butt looks better. It does. I don't know what people think BBLs look nice. They don't look nice. They don't. They don't. Now men are doing it. It's crazy.
Self-awareness to understand that you're a joke. This is embarrassing. To the same extent, it's very comparable to females who get those massive BBLs. They have huge booties, but they have stick legs to go along with it. And so it doesn't look right. It looks fake. Add to that the fake lips. Looks like they have
man. Goodness. You're just giving me a lot of deja vu that I don't want to have right now. Ugh.
hot dogs on their faces. And people just don't like that. And so women are thinking, no, but men, they like a big booty. Yeah, they do, not denying it. But not when it's fake like that. And so if you get that ass from,
it's getting ridiculous.
From an implant or a BBL, it's not going to have the same impact as if you got it through hard work.
Let me just correct a little bit of what Coach Craig just said. Yeah, men they do like that BBL aesthetic, but it depends on the...
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. What Greg said, my heard. No, I don't like BBLs. Don't say guys. Speak for yourself. I like BBLs, aesthetics.
The goal of that girl. The BBL aesthetic, you got that in order to get married. That don't make no goddamn sense. But if you got that BBL aesthetic to get your back blown out more by men who could or could not even care about you, they damn sure don't want to get married to you, well, then mission accomplished there. It just depends on your particular goal in order to have a man take me seriously.
On pointing the finger at Drake for supposedly getting this ab incisioning procedure done. And
man, this guy is just on the internet roasting everybody. Goodness, I forget his name or his anyways. I'll stop talking.
Guess what? Who gives a Turk? His abs phenomenal now.
Who gives a Turk? Everyone that I know. I haven't spoken to anyone. Trust me, everyone wants me to do this video. I haven't spoken to a single person that respects the abs he's got. He looks better before. To me, standing by the beach.
This looks better. It looks better.
Those abdominals looking realistic, and he's actually, in my opinion, actually looking at it right now, I think he was leaner back then than he is now. And so you can't just let yourself go and get abdominal etching, implants, whatever, and think that you're going to look better. You look worse.
His abs look phenomenal now. Hence, that's why he was confident enough to post the selfie.
And so was he confident enough to post a six-pack or too delusional to understand that he's going to get a lot of hate? Sometimes people are either narcissistic or just morons, and they don't realize that what they're going to do if they post that and talk about it is actually get hate. And I'm going to show my abdominals knowing everyone's going to make fun of me. And because I'm Drake, opinions of sheep because, well, he's a wolf. Well, if that's the case, bravo. But I'm going to suggest to the rest of you that you don't copy this, that if you think that you can just get these surgeries and get the abs of your dreams, it's going to end up being a nightmare. Why not just put in the work? I mean, if you really want those abdominals, and hey, maybe it's too hard. Maybe watching Coach Drake videos and getting my cookbook.
Marketing.
It's just too freaking hard. Maybe doing 150 minutes of cardio, it's not something that you can do. You understand that?
You don't need to do 150 minutes of cardio, folks. You don't. You need to identify what your body weight is, right? You need to know what your metabolic rate from there would be. Then you need to figure out what your goal is. If it's to burn fat, you need to make sure you know how much calories you need to maintain your weight and make sure to eat under that, but not too much under that. You need to do that for a sustainable amount of time to lose a healthy amount of weight to the point you're in a good range to see your abs. It's really that simple. I'm not saying it's easy, it's simple. But people are not doing that. It's gonna be nutrition, not training. You don't need to do hours and hours and hours of cardio. That's a myth. There's people on the eating by a mile, but how come they're not losing more body fat? Because their body is in starvation mode.
An oral version of the injectables that can reduce your appetite by about 28%, go from an 8 out of 10 hungry to a 6 out of 10. That makes it.
Listen, I need some type of damn product like this, Coach Greg. And or abs that were like, it's like essentially the amount of fame that it you get this was not.
The diet and get you to go to the gym, train hard, stick to your diet, then well, I'm all for it. One thing I don't like is when you post a photo of the six pack, he clearly wants you to focus on the abs. He's covering his face. What is up with men that cover their faces?
I don't
It's
get
bad enough
that.
when women do this. Guys, I gotta leverage you. When you
I don't get that either. I don't get that.
show a selfie with the phone covering your face, this is pathetic. I don't know why you do this. And so that's the first thing I noticed. The second thing is, why are we bright? I mean, it's a class 1 carcinogenic. And so if you drink alcohol, it's like drinking poison. It can cause cancer. And so if you want that, well, that's fine. It's on you. You have a right to smoke cigarettes and to drink alcohol and so on. But is he bragging? Look at all the alcohol that I'm drinking. Hey, this is my life. And yet I still have abdominals. Is that really the message that we're going for in comparison?
I'm gonna stop there, man. Like, at the end of the day, I just don't endorse this. I don't endorse doing any kind of surgery to get something in an unrealistic manner while showcasing bad habits, alcohol, drugs, whatever the case may be. I just don't condone it. Your body, your choice. It is what it is. But I just don't condone somebody with this much of an influence condoning those things. You are poisoning people. You don't know who's going to watch and actually do it. Anyway, I digress. What are your thoughts about this? What do you think about this whole situation? What would you say to somebody you're trying to advise? Would you recommend this? I wouldn't for sure, but anyway. If you want a better physique, it's going to come from good, healthy habits, not from trying to do things to shortcut your way to the actual goal. You don't need to have a BBL. You don't need to do crazy amounts of cardio. You don't need to cut carbohydrates, do keto diets, whatever it is. You can eat regular food, have regular healthy habits to still hit your goals. I've been doing this for so long that when I look at all this, I just laugh. I'm just lost for words, in other words. Anyways, I'll stop there. Thank you so much for watching the video. Like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned for more reaction videos. Stay tuned. I'm definitely going to be posting more. And let me know what you want to see in the comment section as well. God bless you. I'll see you next video.